true visions will be tested for authenticity. All true visions will be tested for authenticity. If your vision is truly from God, life will test it to prove that it's authentic. So get used to the idea of challenges if your vision is real. It doesn't come to stop your vision, it came to test it, to prove it that it's true, if it's real. If a vision is terminated by trials, it was probably not authentic. It has to do with faith. If you say, yes, I will do this, or I believe this, that must be tested. Are you getting this? So keep your mouth shut. Death and life is really, truly in the power of your tongue. There is a key in the kingdom. The key says, whatever you proclaim must be tested. The word is must be. So you don't talk if you don't want no trouble. It is a law in the kingdom. And yet, here's the problem. You can get nothing in the kingdom without saying it. I feel like just shouting all by myself. You shall have whatsoever you say it. The part he don't add is after the test. So you tell your friends, I believe God for this thing. Now it's out there. Oh my God, it's out there. You already put it out there. And the next day, everything opposite happens. Now what they gonna say but you now? They can say, this faith thing ain't working for you. This God ain't working for you. See, you have to understand the system. Ladies and gentlemen, God normally talks to you privately, but you have to profess it publicly. This is the deep part of the kingdom. God talked to Moses by himself, in the back of the bush, in the mountain. Such and such and such. God talked to Abraham, always by yourself, privately. Abraham, you can have a baby. Okay. Abraham now got to go back to that village where all those people know him and say it. Now he's thinking, no problem. I can say it because, God said it. He can do it in 9 months. The Bible says, and Abraham believed God. Okay, believing God doesn't guarantee immediate answer. It does guarantee a test. Hallelujah. Let me tell you why you are in trouble right now, okay? This is it. Your mouth got you in trouble. You said something, and the principle of the kingdom is it must be tested. Do not consider it strange, I'm quoting Peter chapter 1, that you enter into fiery trials. How did Peter know that? Peter spoke himself into it. He said, look, I've been there. Heavenly Father, can you hear me, Father? Heavenly Father, can you hear me, Father?
I muted myself. That was a tight work right there. Like, that's dope. Where you found that at? Might mute.
I was like, there I go. Online. I listened to Miles Monroe. I was going to talk about that tonight. A lot of my mentors are no longer living. So Miles Monroe is a mentor to me. I've been following him ever since. Listen, I like what you put right here. I've been following him ever since I was younger, and I used to go to New Birth in Atlanta under Bishop Eddie Long. That's way back in the day. So yeah, so so he's just always been one that resonates with me. A lot of stuff I take from him.
Right, that's a good one. That is real good. I like that.
Now, trying to figure out how I do this. Okay. Am I watching on stream? I'm doing StreamYard, right? I watched that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You on StreamYard, yeah. You StreamYard.
So, what did I do? All right. So yeah, that's that. You like?
Yeah. What's that?
I said you like Miles Monroe.
Oh yeah, yeah. Cause didn't he pass away?
He did. Him and
He
his
did.
wife passed in a airplane crash. Yeah.
Oh, I believe I seen him a lot. I seen him a lot. His Instagram videos, his YouTube videos, because he was talking about if he showed you God showed you the ending, you'd be like, screw that. You're not gonna want to do it.
Yup, you frozen right now.
You
Is
frozen
that?
right now? Oh shoot!
Yeah.
Added to the stage.
Hi.
What's up?
Hold on.
Hello.
Let me do
What's
something right.
up?
Hey, sis.
There I go. I don't know. I was trying to add a virtual background, but it ain't working. How it is. What's up? What's up, Trina? How you
Hello.
doing?
I am
Doing?
great. How are you? How are
Doing
you?
good. Doing good. Doing good.
Okay. Good, good. Good to be here.
Good to see you.
This.
Good to see you.
Hey, Queen.
What's up, Trina? Can I introduce her to the world?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, world. Those who tuning in, those who gonna watch this later on, Master Mynd Concepts. I would like to present to you one of my clients, one of my very first serious clients. I work with a lot of people, but this is one of my very first serious clients that tapped in. I didn't have to beg her to come in. She kind of been watching and seeing. We are personal friends. That's something else we can talk about.
Yeah.
Like your friends supporting you versus your friends believing in you. Come on, somebody.
It's a
But
difference.
she's been my friend. And when I went live with my website and everything, I put an offer out, and she was one of the first people to take the offer and work with me. I think we worked like a month and a half.
Yeah. Yes. About a
Yeah.
month.
So hello world, and thank you, Lo, for letting good friend Trina come in and talk to us.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate being here.
Coming in to come in and join on the Power Hour. And, maybe some other people come in too that had got access to the link, because this is unlisted live. Even though it's on YouTube, people won't see it till later till I decide to post a video, but I made it unlisted because I set on to see who's going to come in. But that just lets me know by now, there was no doubt in my mind when Annie told me about you. So, like, I'm glad.
Amen. Thank you. I appreciate being here. Thank you for the invitation.
You're welcome. Do you want to start with your testimony? Because Annie did say that you was going to do a testimony.
Yes, I do. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Trinia Lee, and Anehiawatha and I, we've been knowing each other for a long time. We started off in Atlanta in the dance ministry. She joined the dance ministry under my leadership, and she's always been a precious soul, a genuine soul, a very hardworking individual who loves God and took everything seriously, and everything she wanted to do it with perfection. And she carried it out throughout her life. And so we ended up coming back together on social media, and in a different path. She started doing all kinds of things, and one of the things I really loved about her was her ability to evolve and not just dance. She was just rapping and protesting and just saying all kinds of things that needed to be said, and needs to be said by the people, by the public. And it's just like individuals would protest when they protest and dance, they protest and singing, they protest and just not in march. She protests with rapping, and I love all of that about her, and I applaud her for all that she's done. She's very creative in all that she does, and there's so much more in her that needs to come out, and I know it's coming out because she's constantly evolving, a beautiful butterfly that she is, and she's going to continue to have different colors on her wings. And this is Master Mynd Concept is one of them. She definitely has you in mind. She had me in mind in every aspect of this project that God has given her. And it really helped me out a lot because she saw everything that I've been doing as it relates to starting. I've been having like dance ministry with liturgical praise dance. For those of you who may not be familiar with me and my ministry, I have been a liturgical / praise dancer for 20 plus years. And since I've relocated back to New Orleans, Louisiana, I've been in Atlanta for 11 years and was the dance ministry leader for, I say about 8 years at 2 different churches. So since I came here back home, God has given me a vision to do other things. But I still wanted to do something in the dance ministry world. So I've created a dance ministry Facebook page as well as an Instagram page, and the TikTok page, but that's so null and void. But Anehiawatha, she came to me and suggested that I do a dance TikTok page. I had a Facebook page, Instagram page, and Twitter. I meant to say Twitter earlier. It was a Twitter page. That's no longer, I'm really not active in it. But she encouraged me to do a dance TikTok page because I have a personal page on all platforms. But as far as the dance TikTok page, she encouraged me to do that because she knew and was familiar with my experience, my background with dance. She knew my heart. She still knows my heart as relates to God, as relates to dancing, and as relates to dancing for God. Those two combinations, that's really serious for me. So she suggested I do a dance TikTok page, and it's Anointed to Dance Inc. that I did create. And the reason why she suggested that was because she knew that there was, as she told me, there's a lot within me that a lot of dancers across the world, and not just in New Orleans, not just in Atlanta, but a lot of dancers across the world who could really use what I have to offer, the tools I have to offer. And so she was sharing with me how if I was to do that, just make myself visible on TikTok, because that's where pretty much it is, as far as people being recognized and getting more attention and more feedback, and people looking at you more. You get more notoriety over there.
Absolutely.
You tend to go viral. And so that's why she suggested TikTok. And I was like, well, you know what? I'll consider that. And so I did. I jumped on it, and I decided to kind of create something. And she was suggesting just kind of do like little nuggets, little teaching stuff, teaching some information, let's say teaching on choreography, because I started doing that, to start talking about choreography, just different topics. And so God has given me different topics to talk about, because some things I was like, okay, what can I talk about? But I started thinking back on all of my dance history, experiences, and of course love the spirituality side and everything. And so I decided to ask God, okay, tell me what topics should I start talking about. And so the art of choreography, all the ins and outs of it, and how to create, and what it all entails to choreograph a piece. I'm sorry, I'm moving my fan, it's hot. So what it is to choreograph a piece. And I talked about praise and worship. So I started building from there. And for a while, my followers have been really low. When I first started, I think I started in 2012, 2023, something like that. I started in 2023, and so she was telling me just try to build and try to do other things, and so I was talking about certain things, praise and worship, choreography, flags, pageantry, and I was doing them pre-recorded. They were pre-recorded. So when we did our mastermind concept, she suggested that I try to reach out to others, and her vision was me being international. And so I was like, okay, all right. The only time I've been international was like buku years ago when I went to Germany while I was in Atlanta. I was invited to go to Germany. But since then, it never crossed my mind to reach out to anybody, to actually connect with somebody internationally on social media. And so after our sessions, Mastermind Concept sessions, I actually ended up connecting with someone in Liberia, Africa, who wanted me to assist her with her ministry. And we worked out whereby I was able to talk to her and her dance school instructors. So kind of had like a little message. I had a little meeting. So I think there were like 5 of them total, dance instructors, including herself. So I talked to them. So it started to evolve even more. And my followers started going up from 16 to 28. Hey, I was happy about that.
Nice.
Even though my views were, they was like going into 200s until, and consistently 200 views. But there were no interactions. And so after my mastermind concept, for some reason, after my sessions, the way I was going about it and listening to and complying and doing my homework, because Anehiawatha gave me homework to do, just following what the instructions. And so people started to save my videos to their favorites. The people started to comment. People started to repost. And so I started getting interaction. So it was a while before I started getting just views and everything. And so I really appreciate Anehiawatha for her nuggets and spiritual nuggets as well. Not just advice, but spiritual nuggets. She would encourage me in word, scriptures, and just reminded me like God is an awesome God who's a creator who can do all things, and he has my back, and whatever I need, he can make it happen. And so I evolved, and as time went on, now I'm in the phase of doing live, because as I said before, my videos were pre-recorded. Right. And because I get a little shy when doing live and just talking and stuff, so God was telling me kind of like get out of that comfort zone. And I thank Anehiawatha for helping me get out that comfort zone, to just step out into that water, step out into the deep and do extra things that I've never done before, get out that box. And so that was one of the things I decided to do. So now I'm doing Instagram. I thought I was doing Instagram lives, doing lives with other dance leaders and dance ministry or minister of movements, and just going live and just talking about the ministry of dance. And my last live, I actually had a guest on there from Indonesia. So again, there's another international connection there. So again, just listening to Anehiawatha, you have to be open. For those of you who are interested or curious about Mastermind Concept, do know again, these are master nuggets, master guidelines, master templates that will keep you in mind, and they have you in mind. And because Anehiawatha, she would first tell you, she do like a pre-assessment, like you did about to take a test or going to class, and you have to do a pre-assessment before you jump in. Right. She did a pre-assessment. She asked me questions. What are my visions? What are my dreams? What stage am I at now? Where do I want to be in the future? So as time went on, she would give me homework, research this person, research this company, and find out what you can find out. Tell me what you like, tell me what you didn't like, or any type of feedback. And just constantly, and other things she was telling me to do, it was just go ahead and make myself available to be an ambassador to dancing stores. And so she said, put yourself out there. You know, you may not get nothing back, you may not get a response, but you just never know. So just put yourself out there and I look at it this way, just like for a while, I haven't have a lot of people interacting on my TikTok page, but over time people started interacting. So things may not jump start right then and there. She was sharing with me, it can jump start later. You know, some things take time. Of course, the algorithm, you never know when pop up on somebody's timeline, depending on what's going on, and how their social media pages are set up, and I could just pop up, and I've just been popping up on a lot of people's stuff. People have been liking old stuff, and I was like, okay, all right. So again, this has been a wonderful motivational session with her, spiritually, psychologically, and I had to do the work physically. So it really helps. She really helps you all around. It makes it's a well-rounded session, a well-rounded program that I encourage any and everyone who needs some assistance, need that insight. Because even with me, there were some things that even with the TikTok suggestion page, creating that page, I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about it. But sometimes God will send people your way, some things that you didn't even think about, that he probably didn't reveal to you yet, but he revealed to someone else to tell you, just like prophets.
Amen.
Prophets back in the biblical days, a lot of King David didn't know that prophet Samuel was coming to anoint him as future king of Israel. So it's like God will send some people in your life to bless you and open your eyes and say, God has something bigger in store for you, and this is what he wants me to tell you. This is what you should do, how you should go about it, and I want you to think about it, because sometimes a lot of people are kind of closed-minded and don't want to receive from other people.
Right.
I encourage those of you who are like stubborn. I consider you stubborn. Kind of open up your mind, open up your heart, open up your spirit to those who you can see that they're coming from a genuine place. Anehiawatha comes from a genuine place. She's all about the people. She's all about you and mine, because she loves to see people win. She loves to see people win. She doesn't always want to go up on and go by herself. She wants to take you with her. So it's just like with me. She wants to take me with her. She goes up. She wants to bring me with her. And she wants to bring you with her, and anybody else who wants to go higher in your area of, whether it's your ministry, your business, your future business, whether you want to create a band, or you want to create a group, or you want to start a school, whatever it is that you need, or you're not sure what you want to do or how to go about it, contact Anehiawatha with Master Mynd Concepts, where she keeps you in mind. That's my testimony. And I love you, sis. I love you so much for that.
And that's a beautiful testimony. Excuse my language.
I love
Thank you.
I feel like we can go. Go ahead and go. We can hang up.
Go ahead and go. Go ahead and go, because I'm glad you're giving this testimony, because a little bit later after we do this, I'm gonna post it to the public so let people know what they might have missed there. Hopefully some people reach out to Anehiawatha and want to go ahead and see your testimony to receive that same thing that you received from her.
Sure.
Definitely dope individual. I'm glad I met her. She came with me the idea. She could have been anybody else, but she thought of me. She said, well, absolutely, I'll use my platform to do this, to bring it here to people.
Mm-hmm. And I ask God to bless you on your platform, all of the things that you have in mind and you have in store, and God reveals to you, as well as to Anehiawatha, to give to you.
Absolutely.
Even if sometimes he'll reveal it to you in your sleep. So I just pray that, and as I'm speaking greatness, I'm speaking prosperity, I'm speaking growth, and I'm speaking international as well for you as it relates to your platform.
Thank you.
Come on.
She created the logo for me. And she created the logo that you see.
Yes.
She created that for me.
Yeah.
Another anointed area, piece of her. She has so many different anointed pieces
Oh
of
yeah.
her. You know, pieces of me. Like, let us see. We're different pieces. We're like a puzzle that God created. There are different parts of us, like pieces of a puzzle that God has created. Some things just have to be brushed off or anointed and revealed to others. And so she has so many pieces of her that are anointed, and he's such a gift to the world, to you in so many ways. So yeah. And like I said, there's more to come. She got more stuff to do.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I already know.
And more people to help.
Well, I
Absolutely.
thank you for it. I want to say, let's say I did not create your logo. It was already done. Somebody.
Well, yeah, it's already done.
I just kind of revised
Right.
it. I don't want to step on the toes of the person that created it.
Correct. Yeah, I created
okay.
Yeah, my bad. I meant she recreated. That's what I meant. She recreated, but
I revised
what she did was just revised it.
Yeah.
Outlook that I didn't see. You know, I was fixated on that, what it originally looked like.
Yeah.
When she sent it to me one day, you know, just at the blue, and I look, I said, yeah, they got to use this. I said, this one needs to be used, you know, compared to this one. I didn't like this one. I like this one better. This fits the image more.
But shout out to the original creator.
Yeah, Dorian at Group 82.
Okay, shout out. You said Dorian?
Yeah, his team at Group 82.
Shout out to Dorian, Group 82. We give you a shout out. I want to just say, piggyback on what Trina said. She said a lot, and it's amazing, and thank you. I want to just congratulate her because you see how she came and she started pouring into you. I noticed that about her when we were doing our we had this one session. I don't want to get too far into what we do, but one thing I believe, like, let's pour into each other. Each one we pour. And even before these classes, she was my dance instructor, and she always poured into us. So it's just me returning what she gave us. But I do believe pouring into each other. And one thing I noticed about her growth, she didn't, even though we were friends outside of it, she paid for a service. I gave her a service. We ran it like a service. We didn't run it like friendship. Hey, girl, let me talk to you. Now, sometimes at the end we might spend, but as far as like starting on time, you know, I think I was late one time, but starting on time, doing what we had to do, we ran it like a business. And one thing I noticed about her, I watch her because we're friends, and I saw she started doing her lives more, and then she started getting people on the live. And I remember the first live I saw her do a couple months ago. She started giving the person Master Mynd Concepts in the live. She was like, "Oh, you need to do this. You didn't think of this, and how come you didn't?" And I was like, "I need to hire this girl." But the thing of it was, once you understand, like, you start moving in your greatness, it's easy. You do it. It's clockwork. You're not being manipulative. You're not making up stuff. It's just a natural thing. And the more she was pouring, everybody that she was pouring into, that it was going over their head. Boom, boom. They wasn't catching it. And I was like, she just giving you the concept. Like, they weren't paying attention. But it's a saying that says, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So, you know, we're not going to judge because it went over their head. We're just going to know it's going to replay, right?
Right.
And the one thing I liked about her and about me, I hold on to a lot of stuff. I lost a lot of stuff during an abusive marriage. I lost almost everything. But one thing I would keep stuff together. And I had the very first, when was we in ministry together? We was in ministry about
2011, I think.
Yeah, 2014. Yeah, 11. Yeah, it was a while ago. Yeah. And I held on to the book that she gave us as dancers. I've been holding on to that thing since 2010, 2011. And to me, it looked brand new. It still looked brand new.
It did.
and guess what I did? I told her, I said, "You have your book already. I'm holding it." And then I sent it to her for her new book. Now, she already got a book. This book been out. Okay. Anointed to Dance. Y'all go pick this up. She's an author. She's been an author. But I was holding on to this thing that she created for us, and it was laid out. It was like 1, 2, 3. All she had to do was put a stamp on it. And I said, you can send this to your people in Africa. You know what I mean? And you can sell this and you can make money off this. It's already done. I'm going to send it to you. And I resent her what she gave me in 2010, 2011, brand new. And that's the thing. Like, when I work with people, I don't try to just be like getting money and this, that, and the other and trying to scam folks or whatever. I really have a heart for the people. I have a heart to help. Now, you break that, then that's just that. We probably won't deal. I feed you with a long handled spoon. But what I like about her, she came in and she didn't judge me as a friend or anything. She came in, she showed up on time, she did the homework, and I was laying it on her. I was like,
yes, you were.
But I look up and she was doing it. And then I started noticing, like on her TikTok, like what she said, people was going, and I was like, do you see what you're doing? Do you actually see? And now she is an international teacher. Yeah. She's been one. So I know greater things are to come for her. Absolutely. And I'm excited that she's here tonight. Thank you, Trina.
Amen. Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I appreciate
so much,
that.
Trina.
Yeah, thank you.
That's dope. You know, you're international teacher.
Yeah.
You know the word, I'm glad you said that, Annie, think globally, even to myself sitting there thinking, think as far as just America, think globally, because people across the world is looking at you, the internet is live, we're connected by what we're doing now. Just sitting there talking, I'm in Atlanta, Annie, you in Missouri somewhere, right?
Hey, hold up.
But you yeah,
look, hold what you got. Yeah, I'm like, I'm in Missouri.
Yeah. And you Trina, you from Louisiana?
I'm in New Orleans.
New Orleans? Okay. Mm-hmm. And I'm in Atlanta, so you see how we are connected. You connected across the world, so it's power technology. So it's good that Annie taught you to think globally. Now you're internationally known by, like, you had somebody in Indonesia, you had somebody in Africa, Liberia. Mm-hmm. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
See, and the mastermind thing of it is one thing, and this is what I was going to talk about tonight is we are all connected, right? Like, we can say, Trina, you're international, and she is. But guess what? Because you're connected to Trina, you become international. And then it's something you could do. Yeah, y'all, you don't have praise dance on your show right now, but can that praise dancer make you a flag? Can that praise dancer make you some garments for your church? You can pass the resources on. You are now an international resource. That's a mastermind, because you're not just there for yourself. When the Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren, it's a book. It's an old book.
I love that book.
Yeah. I really be stuck on the first chapter, because the first chapter says it all. It's not about me. It's not about me. When you come out of that, it's not about me mentality, then you can move on to your purpose. One thing I had wrote was, are you selfish? Are you a selfish business owner? Are you a selfish podcaster? Are you a selfish person? And people say, nah, I ain't selfish. I ain't. But one way to tell is, what did you give away this week? What did you give away? What service? You say you're a business, you say you're a service, but you constantly want to just sell everything. What did you give away? Whether it was just, you say, well, I'm in the business to make money. You could give away knowledge. This podcast, you giving away knowledge.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
I didn't mean to cut you out. The only time that I ever even asked Charge today was tonight, because you was coming on. So I was like, well, this Annie's business. So she has to get paid, some type of form of payment, or something that is some type of compensation, because it's like, this is what you actually do. So it's like, if you're coming in, that lets me know who's serious and who's actually wanting the information. So, because you presented the idea to me to charge, I said, yeah, you know what, I made a $5 donation, and I even put in the private chat. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I put in the private chat here. I said, if you know anybody that wants to listen to these information, feel free to send them this link because they can come up, even if they didn't pay, they can come up and still get information. You know, this goes to what Annie figure out what Annie's saying. You know, with my podcast, I share a lot of knowledge. I give away. You know, I do free interviews. I mean, I'm never going to charge people. You know, if I think what you dope is doing, I bring you up.
Yeah. And the thing of it is, Lo didn't ask to charge $5. I said, Lo, I'm gonna do the show, do it for $5. Why? And I said a donation, not to me. So if the people thought it was for me, it wasn't for me, it was for Lo's show. Because what I wanted him to see is, let's get into the mastermind thinking of monetizing our channel. It wasn't about, see, that was a slick mastermind right there. And it was about seeing who's serious about your product, what you have to offer, what you have to give. Because $5 is something, but it ain't nothing. I even had a sponsor pull up and say, I'll pay for anybody want to go. Okay. Shout out to Kia. I'll pay for anything. And she has a bakery business. So shout out to her and her bakery business. She said, I'll pay $5 for anybody who want to go. I would pay for somebody who wanted to go. The whole thing of the $5 charge, it really wasn't for us. I could have gave you the $5 back. The whole thing was to see if you had enough belief in yourself, not me, because see, you thinking it's about Master Mynd Concepts and you thinking it's about Anehiawatha. It's not about me. It's about God giving me a gift to give to you to get to the next level. Now, people can say, oh, well, who does she think she is and what she got going on? I did things and I don't have to brag on it. My thing is God have me here to help push people to the next level. And wherever he want me to be, I'm gonna be there. If he want me, I've been homeless and still push people to the other level. When I met Miss Michelle Obama, I was homeless and I met the president. So president's wife, you feel me? So I, because of a mastermind, I was with billionaires. They asked me to stay. I ate food, flew in that day, salmon. They knew my name. I didn't know nobody's name. You feel me? Because I'm a mastermind. So when people try to downplay you and your gifts, your business, what you got going on, we just leave those, cut the people off. Come to Mastermind Concepts. Let's learn how we can grow from the hate. We don't have to indulge that. You, if somebody hating on you, that means obviously you're doing something right.
Exactly.
Yep. Exactly.
You know, they ain't gonna hate on something that you ain't got nothing going on because they ain't got nothing to hate on. But you're right. You know? But
the thing of it, low, $5. How many people in our friends list? How many people do we support? How many people do they drop an album and say, hey, buy my album and we buy it? How many people drop a product? Hey, buy my product and we buy it. But then when it comes to what you're doing, they can't drop $5. Even if the donation wasn't for me, it was just to see who was to only have serious people in the chat, in the room that's serious about themselves. It was a test of self, not a test of wealth. Come on, somebody. Look at the Lord about the preacher.
Exactly. You know,
and the whole thing was, are you selfish? Because if that was a selfish act, if you didn't come here and you saw it and you had the time, ability, and money to be here, that was selfish. And that is the reason your business ain't growing.
Exactly. Because you know exactly, because it's not for me. It was for people. Because I said Annie gave some great gems. I'm like, look, you getting that because like the same thing that Annie is teaching y'all for $5, like somebody charge you like $100, way more.
Right.
Like I see people charge $1,000 all the time. And you click on the link, say comment such and such, comment this word, then you look at the thing, $1,500. I'm like, what, really?
And they'll do it. They'll spend $5 on McDonald's. They'll spend more than $5 on McDonald's.
More, McDonald's not $5 no more.
Okay. Do they still have $1? I don't know. But see, and that's the thing. If you had your last $5 and Lo came to you and said, I got somebody that's going to drop these nuggets in your lap, then and you can take that $5 and multiply it to 10, take that 10, multiply it to 20. You just need to invest this $5. Or you can go to McDonald's. the way most people think. They're gonna go over there and get the French fry, right? You're gonna poop it out within 24 hours if your system is not good, right? So now the whole thing of it is you don't believe in you. And that brings me to my next thing is the biggest critic is you. Your biggest critic is yourself. It's not the next business. It's not the next person. It's not the next service. A lot of times people are jealous of you and what you got going on, your business, and this and that. And that's and sometimes we say, Dad, they just jealous of me. Da, 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 da. That show me who you are. Because you're your biggest critic. Because if somebody is offering the same service you got, somebody's doing what you do, and your response is they doing what I do. Now sometimes that happens, but if your thing is they doing what I do and da 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 da, that show me that you're not the bigger business person. You're not the bigger mastermind. Because a mastermind would say, okay, we got the same idea, but God has gifted me differently in this area, and this is what makes me stand out more. And I'm still gonna offer what I got to offer. And those who have an ear to hear will hear, and they will come tonight. Those who had an ear to spend $5 and come will come.
Exactly.
I don't know if anybody watching or not, but if they not, then fine. This is a reach you get to reach, because God like that.
Right. Yes. Right. Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, I say I'm gonna do it regardless. I said I'm gonna do it regardless, because if somebody didn't happen to see my post, they see it later on, they'll follow me based on that. Or shoot, just what I needed to see. Just like you all said, the algorithm, later, touch on later. People start liking old stuff and say, "Oh, I ain't never do this," because that's the reason why I even built Live Talks for Low, to connect with other people. Let them choose to see what they got going on, And it doesn't take much to support somebody. Sometimes you can get a blessing just by supporting somebody, and they just look and say, "Oh, there you go again."
Right.
Exactly. And I love about Live Talks with Low is number one, the authentic way you approach. You and the commitment. You show up when nobody shows up. You show up if you got one person in the audience. And matter of fact, Trina's ministry is like that too. Trina, if you go on her TikTok, sister is dedicated. I'm like, did she ever take a day off? And like, okay, these are the people that God aligns me with, right? And the mastermind, people that not only have businesses, but it's more so an authentic love for other people, an authentic love to serve the community. I see that in both of you guys, and I think that's why we all three here today.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I did say, like, what did you give away this week? Like, how are you sharing your business? How did you help somebody this week? Like, sometimes you got to get away from, my biggest thing is sometimes I do a lot of stuff for free, and people be like, that's stupid. You can make money. And sometimes it is. But sometimes if I say it's free, people gonna come. If I say I'm charging $5, you get nobody, right? So the thing is, and people will go to free when they have the money. They can have the $5, but they won't spend it. But if you say it's free, then they'll come. That's selfish. And if you act like that in your business as well as your personal life, don't come to Mastermind Concepts, because I don't deal with that kind of energy.
Exactly. Right. Don't come to Live Talks Slow you. Don't come to Live Talks Slow you. If I find out you're a selfish guest, I will take your interview off the podcast.
Oh yeah.
I will take it down, block you. Like I don't do that. I don't like people that's not genuine. I'll come off genuine. Just looking to get a quick upcoming. That's not that.
I think with one other thing with Trina, what I love about her is when I say she took the concepts and then she applied them. But one thing she did, like I said, how she was giving the concepts in that live and she didn't know she was giving the concepts, right? I see her do that with so many people, even people that have industry connections and things like that, right? And I see people like really reach it. like she could tell you more than I could. Like she have, I think she being a little humble about it, but she has people that reach out to her sometimes, on all different levels.
Yeah.
She had, I mean, she had like you never know who people are connected to, and you
Exactly.
never know who is watching you. So,
Absolutely.
and I see her give mastermind nuggets, whether it's in her stories, watch her stories, whether it's in her posts. She is 100% mastermind. She's always, the thing of it is, mastermind ain't nothing new. I believe that God, everybody who comes to Mastermind Concepts and who are masterminds, I believe God has called us since we were like young, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Mm-hmm.
God, you knew God called you at that age. Those are the
Yeah.
people that I'm called to work with, the people who are the black sheep of the family, the people who get looked down upon. One time my friend said, "You always trying to help the underdog." And I
Mm.
said, "Oh, I guess so. Maybe I should call it underdog concepts." But I think, like, you know, just watch how you handle your business. The greatest thing that
Mhm.
you can do is serve somebody else, even in
Right.
business. If you
Right.
want your business to grow, then you need to give something away. Whether it
Mhm.
don't have to be something that you pay for, it could be, I'm gonna hop on live and give y'all 20 minutes how I started my LLC. That's sowing to the community, sowing.
Yeah.
Still, you're gonna reap from that because people gonna pay attention. I'm
Mhm.
going to 5 minute live with low 5 minute wake up motivation. Hey y'all, this low. Get it up today. Let's go. Let's go. I'm just here to motivate.
Mhm. Mhm.
So many things you could give away, but we
Yeah.
so constantly trying to get. That's not a mastermind.
Right.
Right.
Right. Right. Absolutely. And, pretty much, my big thing is, especially when I see a guest, I love when guests come back. They always come back and connect with me. Annie's been
Mhm.
most consistent. And Miss Hip Hop as well. I always see them liking stuff when I post in the channel. They always the main ones liking. And most consistent.
Yeah, and I like Miss Hip Hop.
Yeah, I love Miss Hip Hop too. She's a dope individual. That's one of
Yeah,
my favorite guests as well. And
Miss Hip Hop.
the rapping detailers, they be consistent. They tap in.
Yeah,
I love when they come back. I love to see them doing good. I still show the support even afterwards. She's been a guest on my show. You know what I always say?
Mhm.
You always welcome to come back on Live Talks Low.
yeah.
Oh,
One person that when I first talked to you about doing these free ideas for people, one person that I had in mind
Mhm.
was the rapping detail guy. So I was hoping that he would log in tonight
Yeah, yeah.
because
I was
I was
hoping he
like,
popped up.
mm.
I was hoping he see it.
yeah, I had so many ideas for him, and but I prayed and I was like, God, whoever needs to be here, let him be here. If he would have tapped in tonight, I was prepared to give him like the godly
Mhm.
rundown of some ideas for him. The rapping detailer, some people, personal people that I follow and who I like, or people I want to see myself work with
Right.
Mastermind Concepts. Uh,
Mhm.
Comic book Cam, of course, and
Oh yeah.
Sneaker Bars. I
Yeah.
like,
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Comic
It's
book. Yeah.
coming.
Cam. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
Cam.
coming.
It's coming. I love to see y'all do something.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I've worked with Protect Your Energy brand.
I had
Uh,
that shirt on the other day.
yeah, you did have that shirt on the other day.
Yeah,
I
they
Mhm.
follow
worked,
me too.
yeah, highest artists. Like these are people who I just had ideas and I just did and I did for free and I just sent
Mhm.
it to them and they liked them and now we follow each other. I think one of my biggest things. Who else I want? Oh, I got on this shirt, Actively Black. I want to
All
do something.
right.
I don't know what I'm gonna do, but um, I do like pick up brands. The whole thing with Mastermind Concepts, I like to give ideas, help ideas, find unthought ways to enhance your brand,
Yeah.
things you haven't thought of. Also to motivate
Yeah.
you, and things like that. Uh,
Mhm.
let's see. Oh, and one of my biggest things I had to shout out all the people that rock with me was, and this actually made me cry. Masterminds had to cry was when I sent a message to like a few people that God told me to. And I was like, hey, Pinky Cole from Slutty Vegan, she just said, she thinking about starting a company where they did just give away ideas, because she started giving away ideas. I was like, you doing Mastermind Concepts.
Right.
And one thing about it that made me cry, like, I didn't blast it and say, hey, y'all, I need everybody to go do this and that. I was particular, and I said, I'm just going to send it to these people. Just like tonight, when we say $5, we put out a call. I did the same thing with that. And I was like, ain't nobody going to do it. You know what I mean? I was like, y'all just go tag me in and say, I said, just go tag my name. I did a few people, not a lot of people. When I went back and I started seeing people, then people had saw the post, and then they saw other people tag me. They started tagging me, and then so much. Not only did they tag me, they started leaving comments. They was like, Anehiawatha is this and she is that, and that made me cry, because I didn't know people was paying attention. And then Pinky Hayes,
Never know.
Yeah, and we had communications in the DM and stuff like that. And I do want to work with her. I think so I think, like, number one, you never know who's following you. You never know who believes.
Watching.
Exactly. And that brings me to my final point, and then I'll just shut up from here because time is running low. My final point, when I say you know who is watching and who is following you and who believes in you, is you got to have the audacity. You got to have the audacity to believe in your dream, and you got to move in fear. And I wrote down, it's okay to move scared. That's one thing.
Yeah.
But I would rather be terrified, because when you move into terror, and that sounds crazy, right? Think of it, mastermind. When you move scared, you're like, I don't know if I want to do it. It may work, it may not. I'm gonna go ahead and try it. That's your thing. I'm gonna try it. But you can't try anything. If you drop the pen, let me see you try to pick it up. You can't. Either you're gonna pick it up or you're not. It's no. You can't try to pick this pen up. No such thing. So when you're moving scared, you're trying, it's not going to work. But if you are moving in terror, you're moving in that fear that, hey, man, my rent got to be due tomorrow. And it's saying, do I pay my rent or do I invest half of it in my business? That's when you're moving in that. That's where God can move. That's a mastermind. That's you believing in your business. That's you believing in yourself growing. That's how you can get to the top. And that's what we do at Mastermind Concepts. We teach you how to get to the top. The last thing, and it's crazy because we started this off unexpectedly talking about one of my mentors, Miles Monroe, who passed away. And I'll leave with this. Dr. Miles Monroe said something that has always stuck out to me. One of the greatest things. He said, the richest place on earth is the graveyard. So many people have died with their vision inside. How many books are in the graveyard? How many movies are in the graveyard? How many visions are in the graveyard? Die empty. Don't die full. Don't die with your mastermind concept in the ground. Don't die with your business in the ground. Don't die. It ain't always got to be about business. Your thing may just be to start a nonprofit. Your thing may just be to share love. And you just want to know, how can I share love more? Don't die with that inside. If you want to die empty, if you want to leave a mark in this world, get at me. Mastermind.
I gotta use that. And that could be your teacher. Maybe that could be Mastermind's slogan. I don't know if you have a slogan for it already. Die empty.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Trina said something earlier. I was like, I gotta replay that.
I love that.
Die empty.
Thank you. I'll take that.
I empty. I hope the AI takes this segment and have this as a clip, because that's what I'll be using to break down the clips. I use the AI after I get finished with the lines they use to break it down. So die empty. I like that. I gotta put that on the shirt. Die empty.
Come on, y'all.
Wow.
And you're right about that too. And it's funny that you mentioned that, Annie, about the people down in the graveyard, because I had a topic about that maybe like 2 years ago. A topic that's talking about that, and I believe that was the same person or something similar was talking about that. I made a topic about that, about people dying in the graveyard. People go to the graveyard die. That's the richest place on earth.
Mm-hmm.
Some people die with their dreams, and you never know. See what's happening with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Probably got so many ideas, so many movies, so many inventions that never took off because they died with them.
Mm.
And
Wow.
if you don't, and we talked about, all three of us talked about this earlier, we all connected, right? Everybody's
Mm-hmm.
So if you come to Master Mynd Concepts and I'm telling you something and I don't know how to get it and I don't know how to do it, you best believe I'm connected to somebody that do.
Yeah.
Because one thing about it, I believe in the power of networking. I'm going to be hosting more networking parties, networking get-togethers. I always wanted to do it in person, but I guess I got to do it virtual. But like getting to know people, connecting people with people. That's been a vision of mine. Shout out to Ivy Moon. Ivy Moon.
Yay, Ivy Moon.
What's up? Shout out to her.
Yeah, she's an artist. Y'all go look her music up. The reason why I shouted her out is because while I was saying that, I remember she did this song, and I wanted to rap on it so bad. I was like, I told my therapist about you.
Mm-hmm.
And I just did a remix to it, right? And and guess what? I gave her a Master Mynd concept. Now just think about it. I said, you should make this a remix, make it a challenge. And she did. And she go look at her views on it.
Yeah.
She was like, are you serious? I made it I told her, I said, you should make this a challenge. And she didn't. I thought she was gonna be like, "Girl, shut up." And she did it, and we had so much fun. And not only did it challenge her, she challenged me because she was like, "Well, I'm gonna collaborate with you. Guess what? You have to take your page off of private because everybody know me. I'm private. I'm private." What I love about her, she encouraged me. Like in that moment, I'm back private again, but in that moment, she had me give myself to the world and that was a mastermind because it's not all about me giving. Sometimes I need it too. And just shout out to her because she helped me out in that way. And I guess what? We're all connected. I learned about her through Trina. Come on, somebody.
Yeah. Hey, yep. We all connected. Yeah.
We all connected.
Beautiful soul. Beautiful soul.
Shout out to Nikki too.
Yeah, Nikki Blue.
Is it what is it? Butterfly?
Butterfly Wolf, yes.
Trina,
one of those.
I tell you, people know, and if you don't know Butterfly, this man is Grammy nominated.
Yeah.
He's connected to Trina. Trina is international. You just never know who is connected to who.
Yeah.
So when people be like, "Who are you to give me knowledge?" Don't worry about it. I ain't nobody. Right. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Exactly. You're too busy. So people so fixated on the list of number, so fixated on the numbers the whole time they overlook, what this person telling me,
Right.
And sometimes, I'll say this, anybody's out here watching, don't be so fixated on the people's numbers or how many subscribers they have, because just because they have that many subscribers or that many views, don't necessarily mean that what they're saying is the truth or they're really authentic. You see social media influencers all the time get exposed for the lives they're not living.
Yeah.
And you know what? This just came to my spirit. I'm not trying to shout out people to shout them out, but these are people dropping in my spirit. So I don't know. They may never see this, but shout out to Vex. Vex the Vortex from Boogie Monsters, the old hip hop group Boogie Monsters. I used to grow up.
Shout out to him.
Now this is, and I know we got to go here, but this is a mastermind thing for myself. What I'm telling you, how I think and what I encourage in other people. I grew up listening to the Boogie Monsters, the recognized thresholds of negative stress. And I remember growing up in the ghetto, not having nothing, and we had BET though for some reason. And
everybody had BET.
I don't know if we was paying for it, but I think just coming home from school, watching BET in the basement and stuff like that, Tigger and all those shows, and I would watch the Boogie Monsters. And I grew up in the hood, not like on no New York Boogie Monster stuff. I grew up with some, we shooting today. We ain't playing no music.
Because it's hot.
Yeah, we selling drugs. We was not. What you talking about? And so, like, that was my outlet, the Boogie Monsters. And I always loved Vex. And then guess what? One day I was like, I'm gonna find Vex. Just out of the blue, I was like, I want to just kind of see where he at because the Boogie Monsters. And lo and behold, I found him. I may have sent a message. I ordered a shirt. I ordered some merch. He signed my merch. Not only did he sign it, he drew my logo, hand draw my logo.
Wow.
He don't know me from Adam and
Great.
Eve. All I said was like, I'm ordering the shirt. I was like, do you mind signing it? I think that's all I said. And I just asked him to sign it. He hand drew my logo. Now, this is somebody that's got musical accolades, probably Grammy nominated, this, that, and the other. Hand drawing me something. I didn't ask him to do it. You feel me?
Amazing.
What made him do that? Okay. Then he, not only that, he sent it to me. We became kind of, I don't want to say we're friends, but I kind of feel like we low-key cool. Like I could talk to him, but I say that to say somebody I admired, somebody I looked up to. 35 years later, whatever, 30 years
connected.
We connected.
We all connected.
We all connected. If matter of fact, y'all hold on, keep talking.
Good though, you know.
I call it divine connection.
Hey, that's a good way to call it, you know.
Because I
I
want
really
to
appreciate
show
you
y'all.
pulling up, Trina.
Because I don't want y'all to think I'm lying off in this thing. This is my Boogie Monster shirt, and everybody can go get
Hey.
get one. And you see, if you go on the people that follow me, y'all can see my reaction when I got the shirt. That's the old logo, and that's I'm sorry, y'all. You see that? One Love Annie. He put my Queen Annie.
Oh,
Queen Annie. All right.
And then he drew my logo.
Wow.
And he signed it. And then he put me on his page modeling the shirt. I didn't even ask him to.
Oh shit.
Ain't that something?
That's dope. That's dope right there. That's dope right there.
For sure.
I'm about to get you on the show, Trina.
Huh?
So I'm about to get you on the show.
Yeah.
Of course. I'm here.
Yeah, I'm about to get you on the show.
Let me know.
I got to schedule an interview. Oh, absolutely.
See, we connected.
I believe we follow each other too. If I'm not mistaken, we follow each other on Instagram.
What's your Instagram handle?
Lorettasonly.
I'm gonna have to check because I started deleting people.
Oh yeah, she been deleting.
I was cleaning house, so I was like, "Who is this? Why am I following?" And they had JD Vance on my. I'm like, "How am I following him?" But anyway, I'm gonna double check. But yeah, God's tree. But yeah, double check. Well, yeah, I would love to connect. I would love to.
Absolutely.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
I just want to go back to Dying Empty. It brought me back to my TV mom, Cicely Tyson. Of all the things that she has done for so many years, and she waited to do her book. I remember her saying she waited to do her book, to write her book, but she finally wrote her book. And after she wrote her book, like a month later, she died. And how I saw it was she poured out her last in her book. She poured out her last in her book, and she died empty. And so when you said that, she's the first person that came to my spirit. I read her book, beautiful. I read it. I think I was done in like 2 weeks, if not less. But I thought about her when you mentioned that died. She died. She really died empty. Because it was like she waited. She said she was waiting to do the book. She didn't want to do it right then and there, but she finally decided to do it. And right after she did it, she passed away. So wow. So yeah, the graveyard is like really, really rich. And I also want to just piggyback on like giveaways and like you suggested. I did give my first live, IG live. I gave away books and earrings. That was something that was like door prizes, like people answering questions. I asked questions and people answered in the chat. Whoever answered first, they got the prizes or what have you. So I remember doing that. And the last thing I want to close out with is for those who are watching, and even for you, just keep doing what you're doing. Because I remember Butterfly Wolf asking me one time, and Butterfly Wolf, he's one of the producers for Chris Brown, Duran Bernard, and Rome Flynn, and a few others. He asked me one time, well, because of your views, do you get discouraged sometimes? And I said, every once in a while, a little bit, but something within me keeps telling me to move, keep moving forward, keep doing it. So it's like, of course, now, like I said, I started off with like, for a while, I had 16 followers on TikTok. Then it went to 28. I was there for a while, but now I'm at like 297. I'm like, yeah, but I'm still growing. I'm still growing, but if there's something that your vision, your business, your ministry, or whatever it is something that you really, really believe in, your podcast that you really believe in, you won't be able to rest if you decide to say, I'm done. I don't have enough views. I'm not getting no feedback. I'm not getting no, my friends, my family, they're not supporting me. They watching, people are watching, but they not hitting the like button. I get a lot of that too. They're not hitting the like button. You're not getting that the support. But if you decide to quit and step back, your spirit is going to be restless. So that's why it's important to continue to move forward in your dream, in your vision. If it's and you know this is something that God has placed in your heart and in your spirit to do. This is something to do. And again, you may not see the results now, but you never know. It can explode. How many artists or how many actors started off on, let's say, YouTube, and the views were low for a good little while, and then they grew, and then now they've really famous.
Right.
So things do take time. Do take time. So I encourage everyone who's watching the replay, and even you, Anehiawatha, and Lord, just continue to push forward. Continue to keep moving in your vision. Keep moving in your dreams. Keep moving in your area of your blessed place, in the area that God has placed in your spirit, the gift that He has given you. Keep moving. We all need to keep moving, because in the end, we will win. Okay?
Absolutely. We will win.
I said we need to. That's a nugget. We keep moving.
Come on. Keep moving.
Keep on.
Steps are ordered. Yep. His steps our steps are ordered.
I say.
Yep.
You know. Moving. See, and this is what I'm talking about, Lo. You see, how she dropping these mastermind concepts.
Oh yeah, I see. Well, she's spitting.
Yes, this is what I'm talking about. We would be in our sessions, and I don't reveal our sessions like that, but I would just say, like, we'd be talking, and then I'll be like, I'll just show up and be like, I let her go, and then she's like, oh wait, it would come to her like, wait, I did just say that, you know. So I think like we all our Bishop Long, Eddie Long, and some people don't like him, some people do. I don't care whether you do or you don't. That don't matter to me. But one thing that he used to say was, somebody is waiting on you to get to your dream so they can get to theirs.
Wow.
Now let's take that back to my number one. Are you selfish? Are you selfish with your business? Let's take it back to my number one. Because somebody is waiting on you. God didn't give it to you. Like Trina said, you got a vision, you got this and that. And we started tonight with Miles Monroe talking about vision. This is a dope live. God is in the midst. The words say where two or more touching, God is in the midst. It's three of us in here touching and agreeing. This is an anointed, appointed live. And if you didn't pay $5, it's okay, because you still can get it. But I'm gonna tell you, like the words say, there was a man named Tom, Doubting Tom. Come on,
come on.
And Doubting Tom, I ain't no preacher, but I'm a preach. Doubting Tom said, Jesus rose up, and then all the disciples, everybody was like, "Woo, Jesus, you bad boy, playboy." But Doubting Tom come up in there, and he like, "Yep, that ain't Jesus." Right. Doubting Tom came in like, "Bro, man, that ain't God." And he said, unless I touch with my hands and I feel for myself, I won't believe that it's real. That's what he said. He said, go ahead, touch me, shawty. He said, go ahead, you need the proof. Go ahead, you ain't pay $5. Go ahead, you didn't believe in yourself. But he still let him touch him. And then he said, now you believe it. And Doubting Tom believed, but guess what God said? Better are those who believe without having to touch. Better are those who have faith. That's all it is. If you don't believe in you, if you don't have faith in your dream, who are you? Get out my face.
Mm-hmm.
Mic
Out
drop.
my face.
Drop the mic.
That's right. That's right. Drop the mic.
Anehiawatha. You know, I was thinking about Coming to America. You know, not sexy chocolate, but Anehiawatha. Drop the mic.
Right.
And that's another thing I wanted to tell. I didn't get into it tonight because we was all over the place. But that was another thing too, where we talk about. I want to talk about the person with the 5 talents, the parable of the 5 talents, where God gave all these people talents, and some people held the talent. Some people, I think 4 of them went out and multiplied the talents. Read the story for yourself. 4 people went out and multiplied the talents, but then there was one. That one. Come on, are you selfish? Come on, are you selfish?
Yep.
That one that was selfish held on to his talent. Guess what he did? He buried the talent. Come on, somebody. He buried the talent.
Come on.
And then
Come on.
everybody else got blessed more and more, double for their trouble, more for what they did. They didn't even have it together. They didn't have the website. Come on, somebody. They didn't have the following. Come on, somebody. They didn't have the likes. They didn't have the views, but they had the courage to do it, right? Come on. And then guess what? That one person that was like, shoot, I'm gonna take these 100 followers and I'm gonna stand on business with them. I'm gonna take these 100 followers and they ain't gonna do nothing. Guess what?
Right.
He lost it all. So it don't matter if you're starting at the bottom, you're starting at wherever. Master Mynd Concepts, I'm here to help, bro. I ain't here to hurt. I ain't here to be jealous with you. I ain't here to compete with you. I ain't here to charge you an arm and a leg. I don't care if you pay $5 or not, because I know Lo gonna give it away. The whole thing was, are you a doubting tongue? Come on.
Come on now.
Yeah, no doubting tongue. Yeah, no doubting tongue.
Somebody pass the collection plate on this.
I had to catch myself on that, you know.
Okay,
Speaking
Trina
of
did
that,
this.
you know,
This is Trina's fault.
Going back to Dr. Miles Monroe being your mentor, you know, he passed away, RIP to him and his wife. You know, that vision, I listened to it, he said, you're probably going through because your tongue, because your mouth got you in trouble. I was like, shoot.
Wow.
Listen, one thing people don't know about me is before I did all this, like, remember when I said I believe God called all of us at an early age? I got licensed to preach, minister at an early age. I've been following God, like, and that's something we talk about. I think we might have another live one day. My whole thing is, I didn't get a mastermind from studying. I didn't get a mastermind from my mama. I didn't get it from my daddy. I got it from God. Come on, somebody. The thing is, and it took a lot of sacrifice. It took a lot of loss. When you got a vision, you're the first person in your circle to have that vision. You're the first person to think outside the box and to have a mastermind. Ain't nobody gonna like that. People, your family gonna be your biggest critic. The people you call your friends gonna be the biggest critic. The people that we thought was gonna come tonight, guess what? They didn't come. But when you throw this up on the live, the people that need to see it, it's gonna be the people that you don't even know. Come on, somebody. The thing is, you got to stop giving your dream to dream killers. Lord. Let them teach you. You got to stop giving your dreams to dream killers.
Right.
That's what whoever is for, and I'm gonna leave it.
Right. You know, I'm gonna leave y'all with this. You know, I was thinking, you know, something not brewing. You know, maybe we come up with something. You know, do this. Maybe make this a monthly thing or bi-monthly thing. You know, have a power hour. You know, just live talk slow on a Wednesday. You know, me, Annie, you too, Trina. We have a power hour. You know, whatever. You know, this will be the first one. Then maybe we don't do one in May. Maybe in June we come do a power hour.
That's good. And I'm gonna tell you, don't hold me to if I cuss in here, because Trina knows.
No, you good.
I still love God.
I cuss. You already know. You already know how I roll.
I might say something. Yeah, I saw you talking about them Eagles and whooping folks. I was like, ooh, break out the whips.
You know it. Gotta break the cuts.
Listen, y'all got me standing up in here. I'm like,
you gotta be yourself. The thing about me, be yourself. Be yourself.
Yes.
When you come in, be
Yes.
yourself.
Be yourself.
People say, "Gotta cuss you out." Say, "Yeah, be yourself." I'm not gonna tell nobody to come up and be yourself. I'd rather you be yourself.
Yeah. So, well, before we finally push out, like I said, I want to, the brands that I've been working with, some of them, if it's okay, I just want to shout them out, even though they ain't here. Except for Trina.
Oh,
Shout
yeah.
out Trina. I want y'all to go
Thank
pick
you.
up her book, Anointed to Dance.
Thank you.
Anointed to Dance. And her name, Anointed to Dance on IG. And I'm pretty sure Lo attach it to this thing, Anointed to Dance. At God Street. And sometimes you might get some extra in the package if you order it, if you're a lady. So order this
You
book.
just might.
If you got a ministry, a dance ministry, if you want to have her come to your church, if you want to have her put together choreography for you, if you want her to put together your garment selection and teach your people, go to Trina.
Amen. Thank
I want
you.
to shout out Jeff at Athletics. I don't know if y'all can see that. I was showing y'all my stuff.
There you go. Stay right there.
Who's that?
This is Athletics. It's Jeff. I'm a affiliate ambassador for them.
Okay.
When we was talking about Vex, I was like, shoot, I got more people in the closet. I got Actively Black. Support your community because ain't nobody else. That's something else. I'm going to bag about this thing. Protect your energy. Y'all go out, support, protect your energy. Who else? Hayes, the rapper Hayes, the kid, Last Measure, Reckless, Rizzy, all these people, Scotty Beeman, all these people that I work with that I love as much as I can love through IG. You know, y'all go out and just be a support. If you got a business, support. If y'all want Master Mynd Concept, I don't know how y'all can reach me because I'm private. DM Low and we'll go from there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Trinia Lee, leave it in the chat. I can post it up on here, or you send a DM and I can post it in the description because that's all I want to do. Make sure y'all DM me too. Trina. When you find out,
sure.
IG, DM me your IG so I can put it in the description, and I have it, so I can just post it in the YouTube description so people can know where to follow you. And people gonna get your book as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I can't chat for some reason. I can't type in. I don't know how this works.
Shout out to that
but
boy.
I'll DM it to
you. Okay. You can DM it to me. I'm Lorettasonly. Live Talks with Lo. Lo. We're going 3 years strong with the podcast. So, you can find me at www.lorettasonly.com. You can find me on IG at Lorettasonly. Find me at TikTok at Lorettasonly. You can find me on YouTube at Lorettasonly. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You like what you heard tonight? Like and subscribe. And if you want to reach out to me, let me put this email up in here too as well. I'm going to put this on the screen. Contact me at this email right here if you want to be a guest on Live Talks with Lo. There's no charge. I just got to like what you're doing. If I like what you're doing, I think you're dope, I'm going to have you on. So it's that simple. I'll leave it up for a few more seconds for anybody that wants to come and join. Or you can send me a DM on IG or leave a comment on YouTube. Say, hey, I saw your video. I want to be on the show. Let me know. So I thank you, ladies. I thank y'all. I appreciate you. Appreciate y'all for doing this first Power Hour. We got to do some more, too. I'm serious about it, too. We got to do some more.
Amen.
I feel the energy, so, that's that mastermind talking.
Yeah. Come on. I'm kind of nervous how this going to replay back, but God is
God. It's going to be fine.
I'm put it out there because it's coming up within 24 hours. It's going to be a replay, and we're going to see, this the first, this the first one. So, I want to do some other ones. So, when we do on your platform, it don't matter who platform it is, we just do it, the Power Hour.
Let's do it.
If you was a doubting Tom and you didn't pay the $5 to come tonight, we good. But if you got this far in the game, I just want to say, if you believe in Lorettasonly, help him. He not getting monetized right now. Donate $1, $5. $1 may not seem like nothing to you, but if 5 people did $1, that's $5. If 10 people did it, that's $10. You never know. Help him to grow his podcast. He might need new mics. He might need new equipment. And stop clocking that man pockets and just donate if God put it on your heart. If you wasn't downtown and this touched you, donate today, and then God can bless you.
Absolutely.
Oh, that sounds kind of Marvin Sappy, but okay.
Hey, you know.
Lock the live.
Lock the line.
No, close the live.
Let me close the live. Let me go ahead the screen. I appreciate y'all. Good night, y'all.
Good night. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a
You're
pleasure.
welcome.
Thank you.